Hey guys, my name's Daniel and welcome to my Jurassic Corner. Today, I'm super excited to share with you my newest arrival from Prime 1 Studio, the 1/8 scale T-Rex vs. Velociraptors in the Rotunda. So Prime 1 Studio first unveiled this piece over 2 years ago and it's finally rolled into my house over the past couple of days. This piece came in 3 massive boxes and just moving it around for this review was a huge task in itself. But I finally got it set up and today we're going to take a detailed look at everything from unboxing and assembly to every other detail that makes this one of the greatest Jurassic Park collectibles ever created. From a movie with so many memorable scenes, the Tyrannosaurus Rex and Velociraptors battling it out in the Rotunda are definitely some of the most visceral and climactic moments of the entire film. After spending nearly half of the movie avoiding being eaten by the Rex, the main cast is triumphantly saved mere seconds before being mauled to bits by the 2 remaining Velociraptors. The fight that ensues is a brutal and bloody reminder as to why no guest would ever be safe in a dinosaur theme park. Now let's talk about price and availability. This piece retailed for $1,999 on Prime 1's website, making it the most expensive of all the Jurassic pieces they produced so far. With that said, this piece is already sold out at Prime 1 Studios directly and is only available for waitlist at Sideshow Collectibles. Now shipping on the 3 giant boxes was about $370 and it took about 8 weeks to receive it here in the States. And while it may seem like it's only catered towards the super rich, I guarantee you it was worth every hour of overtime, every skip Starbucks craving, and every Mattel dinosaur I had to sell in order to fund this piece. So with those details out of the way, let's take a look at unboxing and assembly. As I stated earlier, the piece arrived in 3 giant boxes weighing in at 60, 32, and 19 pounds. The boxes had a few dents and tears, but thankfully none of the parts were damaged. The box art on this piece is almost identical across all 3 boxes, with a few close-up images of the statue over a red JP logo. The sides reveal the team that worked on this piece. Once again, my friend and fellow Jurassic Park fanatic, Julian Romeo, was the lead sculptor on this statue for Prime 1. Starting with Box A, the largest and heaviest of the 3, the styrofoam clamshell houses the massive 28-inch round, 50-pound base and only the base. I'm pretty sure this base alone is heavier than any of my other complete statues from Prime 1. The bottom reveals the hand-numbered 26 of 300 edition number. Next up, Box B houses all the accessories that will be displayed with the base and the Rex, including the fossils, raptors, and when dinosaurs ruled the Earth banner. The final box contains the assembly instructions, which you will need for this piece, along with the Rex, the gate, and the T-Rex signboard. Assembly itself is not difficult, but you will need instructions as the spots for some of the fossil pieces are difficult to locate. I like that Prime 1 included additional fossil pieces over what's already on the base, giving the final look one of total destruction in the Rotunda. Unlike with my previous piece, the Spinosaurus, this 1/8 Rex keys into the base with ease, with only the size making it a bit awkward. I was initially disappointed to find out that the tail was a separate piece that keyed in by magnet, but luckily it locks into place very strongly and the seam line almost immediately disappears if you're not looking for it. The dead raptor that lies at the foot of the Rex is held on by a small magnet, but you also have the option to remove it and replace it with a single rock. At this point, you have some options on how you can display the final look. I've heard quite a few people complain that this statue isn't screen accurate because the banner doesn't fall while the dinosaurs are fighting. And while that's true, Prime 1 has given you the ability to display it with or without the banner and the raptors, letting you decide which part of the scene you'd like to depict. Or combine both for an idealized version. The top raptor keys in with a single magnetic peg on the right hand. One thing to note is these 2 raptors seem to be made of vinyl and are extremely lightweight, though that doesn't take away from the incredible detail and paint job on them. The final piece, the banner, is fully posable and holds onto the Rex with a large magnetic strip. Once fully assembled, you can fully appreciate the presence this piece has. It's definitely a showstopper. They've also included a Jurassic Park gate display that has a light-up feature powered by 2 AAA batteries. This is a companion piece that can be set in front of the statue or anywhere you'd like as it doesn't key into the base in any way. The Prime 1 store bonus piece is the stone monolith signboard that would have been found just outside the dinosaur paddock. So now that we've gone over all parts in assembly, let's take a look at each individual section separately. So starting with the base. This is the first piece in the line to depart from the Black Museum sub-base and instead recreate some of the architecture found in the Visitor Center Rotunda. This is also the only circular base in the entire line, though there still are some similarities as the fossilized dinosaur theme is still here. The base has a real weathered look to it with cracked and crumbling concrete, making it look more like an abandoned area as opposed to the spotless visitor center interior seen in the film. One look at the top of the base and you can immediately tell that shit hit the fan and there are broken fossils littering every corner of this base. Everything has a realistic look and the fossil pieces look just like what you would find at a museum. The dead raptor laying there lifeless is one of my favorite pieces decorating the base, and I don't know why anyone wouldn't want to display it. Its wounds are gory and graphic as this raptor was no match for the Rex's bite. The Rex herself hasn't fared too well in this fight as she's covered in cuts and painful looking wounds, but they only add to the character, making this one of the greatest T-Rex sculpts ever made by a licensed studio. The detail, the pose, and the paint make this piece a masterclass in statue making. Every wrinkle and scale has been expertly sculpted by Jurassic Park superfan Julian Romeo and perfectly produced by Prime 1 Studio. The attacking raptor on the Rex's back doesn't seem to care too much for the size difference, making her a vicious-looking predator looking to sink her teeth and claws deep into our hero's back. At 1/8 scale, these raptors are a bit smaller than my standalone raptor statue by Prime 1, but no detail or quality has been lost in the smaller size. Now moving on to paint. Needless to say, I think Prime 1 Studio killed it and gave us quality nearly identical to the original prototype. Despite being shades of mostly brown and black, Prime 1 Studio managed to display subtleties that make these look like real animals, incorporating dry and glossy areas along with stripes and shading, which make the piece look like it came right off the big screen. The blood looks realistic, the glossy teeth on the Rex look incredible, and the eyes of the dinosaurs look extremely lifelike. I have absolutely nothing negative to say about the paint. So if you couldn't already tell, I absolutely love this piece and definitely see it as the crown jewel of my collection. So with that said, I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Rotunda T-Rex by Prime 1 Studio. I know pieces like this may be out of a lot of people's reach, so I do my best to share as much as possible in these reviews. So if you found this video helpful or entertaining, I'd really appreciate you hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. And if you're not already, follow me on Instagram at Jurassic Corner. Until next time, thanks for watching, guys.